Hey, I'm Terry Danilak, a lean transformation consultant, and I've helped startups, SMBs, and Fortune 500 companies get their products to the market faster. Today, I want to talk to you about the 5 things that you must cover in your weekly meetings so that you can deliver a result at the end of each week. The 5 things are: start with the metrics, review program and targets, talk about problems and solutions, make general announcements, and then celebrate any wins that you've made. One of the problems that I've experienced in all of my consulting engagements have been the long and unproductive weekly meetings where you kind of sit together and you think about what you want to work on this week. Maybe you review the work that you've done before, and then 90 minutes later, 2 hours later, you sort of feel like you've done the work, but maybe you haven't. I don't know. You just kind of go back and you work on the tasks that you already had in your backlog, and then you just kind of rinse and repeat every week. And in order to deliver results, to be successful at what you do, you need to create a process and a repeatable process that you get the input in and output out, and that's how you become successful, and that's how you get results in your work. The same thing applies for meetings, any meetings that you do. You need to create a structure, a process that every type of meeting that you have will go through, and it's a repeatable thing, and you know what to do, you know what to expect, you know what kind of results you're going to get. And this applies to your weekly team meetings. And in my experience, one of the best ways to get results is to have these 5 things, this process, discuss these 5 things. So the first one is start with the metrics. And the best way to describe it is every time you have a project, or say you have multiple projects, let's say you have one project and you have 3-4 people on the team and they're doing 3-4 different things. You want each person to be responsible for a particular metric over the course of that project. And then every week you want to review those metrics to see where each person is at, see the progress. So for example, if you're building a product and your metric is your product is going to go to the customer, the product manager's metric would be how many customers have tried this product, have tried this feature, or something like that. And then every week you want to track that, and that's the responsibility of the product manager. The responsibility of the engineers would be how many issues they've fixed, or how many user stories they finished, things like that. And then as you track them every week, each person responsible for the metric, you will be able to see the progress up or down, and you'll be able to notice when the problems might arise, because these metrics will show you the downward trajectory, downward trend. And then if you notice that, you'll be able to solve the problem, fix the problem before it actually happens, because you will be tracking these most important things. So that's the metrics. The second step is to review your projects, your programs, and your targets. And as I said before, if you have multiple projects on the go, programs on the go, each of them will have set of targets, set of results, set of outcomes you want to accomplish. And every week you want to set a specific target. So this week we want to get 150 customers. That's the in the marketing space, that would be the goal, right? That would be the target, 150 customers. You go through the week, and then Monday comes around and you want to see if you've hit that target. So that's the step of the second step of the weekly team meetings. Review any of the targets you've set, see where you are, set new targets. And then you can actually compare them to the metrics that you have for each person. The third step is to discuss any problems and solutions. But there's a caveat here, because what you want is, you don't want just people just dumping their problems onto you and onto the team. What you want is, you want people to come to you with a problem and then the solution they've tried. Because this way, whoever has a problem demonstrates that she has tried solving this. Maybe it didn't work. So now, whenever you bring the problem and you ask for advice, you already know what didn't work, and then you can get better advice, better problem, better solution. So you always have to talk about a solution that you either are going to try or you have tried and failed. And the fourth step is to make any general announcements, the team meetings, any special company meetings, any housekeeping stuff that you need to get everyone on board, keep track of what's going on, any goings on in the company, HR stuff, anything related that to the general operations of the team, but not specifically to that team in particular. And lastly, you want to, at the end of the meeting, you want to bring back the good vibes, and you want to celebrate any wins, any successes with each team member. And the best practice here is to actually ask each team member to say, hey, so what have you done? Like what weekly win do you want to share with us? Anything small. It doesn't have to be anything big. Milestones, any client testimonials. If you had some clients saying that you've done a good job, share that. Any small wins just to get the mood going and to keep the people interested and keep the people excited about starting the week and have the positive attitude out of the meeting. So these are the 5 things. Start with a metric, review programs and targets and then set them, then discuss problems and solutions and ask for advice, make any general announcements, and then finally celebrate the wins. The total time for the meeting should not take more than 90 minutes. And if I were to break down the time, usually start with the metrics. Metrics should be about 30 minutes, depending on how big your team is. Review program and targets, again, 15-20 minutes, and then discuss problems and solutions. If you have so many problems that you cannot fit them into 10 minutes, you need to schedule a different meeting and then kind of figure that out, because that's a bigger issue there. And then general announcements and celebrating wins, that's another 5-10 minutes to close off the meeting. Thanks for watching. Come back next time and we'll talk more about lean transformation and how to make your business and your team more productive, more effective, and save lots of time and money. Cheers.